Good evening, everyone. The Buffalo Catholic Diocese is recommending its fifth round of churches to close or merge in our region in the coming months, this time in the Genesee and Wyoming County areas.
More than a dozen parish sites were named tonight, bringing the total number of recommended closures to nearly 50. Our Dylan Morello has been following this story since last week. He joins us with the latest tonight. Dylan.
Dave and Kelsey, as you mentioned, another handful of parishes and churches recommended to close tonight. We've been speaking with parishioners throughout this week, and they tell us that this process the last 2 weeks has left them very concerned. They also say that the diocese releasing these lists one by one instead of all at once is like reopening a wound again and again.
Nobody wants anybody's church to close.
On Wednesday, the Buffalo Diocese announced the recommended closure or merging of St. George, St. Bridget, St. John Newman, along with several other worship sites in their Wyoming Genesee Vicariate. As of Wednesday night, churches recommended to close is nearing 50. Churches have until July 15th to make a counter-proposal.
This is why this is the recommendation phase. There are components that we don't always know that are taking place in parish communities. This is why they're taking the recommendations back, looking them over, and is there something that we missed that maybe we need to be aware of?
Across the diocese Wednesday, church families like those in the Tonawandas gathered with their local priest to voice concerns like schooling and ministry, along with laying out a tentative revision to the recommendations.
Know that people care, so to see so many come out to want to ask questions, to voice their concerns, it shows that they're trusting in me as their pastor with transparency, but it also validates the conversations of the people love their church. They love their faith, not just the buildings, but the faith itself.
Our Lady of Perpetual Help in the Old First Ward had a similar meeting Wednesday to create a proposal to counter the diocese, claiming the diocese doesn't have the right numbers when it comes to their sacraments and donations. Until the last year, all of their records were on paper, not the parish data ministry software every church now uses.
Most of the parishes are using this PDS system. I mean, we're using it now also, but all of our back information has not been entered into that.
The numbers they've had have been incorrect since from 2016 up until 2022. They're closing or trying to close pets on false pretenses. All the numbers are incorrect.
The diocese has since been given the corrected numbers. The diocese tells News 4 that the number of recommended closings must stay the same in any revisions from parish families. Essentially, if one church stays, another must go.
Who is honestly going to say, no, don't close that church, close our church?
You go against them to make for the mistakes that we've made. It's not our fault that they're in this position, it's their fault. And they're punishing the people whom they want to stay in the faith.
Now, there are still 2 more church lists that have yet to be released. Tomorrow's meeting will be discussing the Southern Erie County Vicariate. And as always, you can see the full list and updated list of recommended closures and mergers on our website, WIVB.com. Reporting live in Buffalo, Dylan Morello, News 4.